Hola, Mark.
Hola, Jimena. Welcome back to the
Thank you.
Galleria.
Thank you. Hola a todos. We're back here at Galeria Militar with Mark Gabriel. We wanted to catch up with him, see how the painting is going, see how he's feeling, to give you a little bit more of Mark of his plans. And remember, this is for the Palapa Society, this is for the Palapa School. We need some funds, and Mark was very excited to donate a piece for us, and we're very grateful and fortunate that we're gonna be having all Mark's creative process, all his secrets are gonna be live, all for you donors. So remember that this is for a bid, this is an auction. Right now we're in 1500 and we're waiting for more people to bid. I hope this gets you more excited. And also, if you cannot bid, please remember you can donate anytime. We're gonna give you all the information here where you can just click and donate. And there's no donation that is too small. Okay, so. Hi. So how do you feel? How does it feel to make a painting with a deadline?
I think I have two minds about it. One mind is that I was a commercial artist for most of my life. So I'm used to deadlines. But this part of my artistic life, this more fine art part, I was enjoying not having deadlines. So it's so it's the two sides of my personality are sort of a little bit in conflict. But I think I thrive under pressure. I've been quite enjoying it, I have to say. Yeah, I almost maybe I should have more deadlines in my life. I'll get more stuff done.
Okay. And so, how does it feel to be filming the process? Like, are you aware that the camera is there? Or you totally forget about the camera and you're just doing your thing?
It's hard to totally forget about the camera. I'm very conscious of the frame. I come from film as well. Spent 25 years of my life in film, so I'm also very good at forgetting it's there. So I set it up. I get a sort of frame I like, and then But I'm also very conscious of. I have been talking. I mean, I talk to myself all the time when I'm making art, but in this case, I sort of feel like I'm talking to people, whether they're watching or not. But so I know it's recording, or I hope it's recording. And then the other thing that's weird is I always want to, I'm like, okay, the painting is, ready to sit now for another day, and I turn the camera off, and then like always happens, it's like, oh, there's that little spot there, and I want to get back in there and do something, but then do I go turn the camera on again, or do I, so I get these little, I don't know, it's like, I'm constantly working on multiple pieces at a time, and I could probably show you this, little canvases I have always sitting beside me. If I mix a color that I like, and I have too much of it, I'll put some on and make little tests, on the side.
Okay.
So it happens the other way around too, where I'm working on another piece and I'm like, ooh, this would look great on there. And I just come over and I want to paint on it, but I'm not filming. So I go like, do I maybe have to get the camera all set up again? Overthinking it a little bit.
Okay.
But I like the process. I think, again, it helps. It's gotten me more self-aware of the process, because a lot of it is subconscious.
Okay. Yeah, I can, like, if you haven't seen the videos that we have in our website, in the YouTube channel, we also are sharing them on Facebook, please watch them to see the process. It's really interesting, and like the first one that you sent to us, I saw, and he's like, of course, he's been doing it, like, he was working in cinema, because you can see, like, how he puts, like, all the pinceles are the brushes, just the frame is so beautiful. I'm like, of course, that's that's all planned. So yeah, please watch it. We have like 3 parts of the video now, and it's totally mesmerizing to see how he works. and to see how it's gonna evolve. Like remember now at this super warm colors,
Yeah.
and because I know a little bit about what he does, I don't think this is what we're gonna see at the end of the painting. That's another thing. A lot of people are asking, like, today we had a meeting with the Fund and Development Committee, and they were like, oh, those colors are so beautiful, so different from Mark. I'm like, well, it's not gonna stay like that.
Yeah, it's sad. It's not sad. You know, you'll never see this again.
Exactly.
And there's parts of it, and I'll pick the parts, but then they may stay there for a few layers, and then eventually another layer. Just, like this little piece here, almost feels like the sunset is like it's happening. It's beautiful,
pretty.
but I don't know if that will last. We'll see.
Yeah.
So it's cool. That's also part of the filming process. It's been capturing it at all its stages, where none of the other pieces, people have to just. Part of the narrative is the little specks that you see of the process.
Yeah.
Here you're seeing all of it, and you kind of can see. At some points, like even right now, I quite like the way it is. I mean, I almost could go, this is kind of nice. And I have friends who encourage more purely abstract stuff.
Yeah.
And I sort of have that in the, sitting in my head, like at some point maybe I will just stop and that's where the whales will totally disappear and everything else, and it'll just be this. But.
Yeah, because so I don't know if you heard, but this is the last whale.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, besides we have 2 more paintings.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3 with whales over here.
Yeah.
But he's not planning on doing more whales. So this is like the end of the whale era. So you have to take advantage of this.
Right.
That's why. Are you just like want to do something new?
I think I need to move on.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe it's sea lions.
Okay.
No, I don't know. But I just think it's maybe a good time to let it rest. And sort of showing the process for the whale piece, I think, is a good way to kind of go out. We'll see.
Thank you. Thank you for making us part of this change.
I think if you jumped on the website or if you know my work, you'll see that the layers do expose these kind of colors, all the previous work and the work I'm doing now. I think what's changing is more of these hotter, earlier colors are being left exposed. Some of the pieces, you can see the hot oranges and yellows still peeking through. But the idea is that basically, the process for me is starting with this emotional thing that gets me it's either really hot and saturated like this, or it's really dark, and then I bring it back over the course of, depending how many layers. I like really thick paint. I like texture, so I'll keep painting kind of from dark to light, or light to dark, and until I get a neutral field that I feel that I can then paint the subject on.
Yeah, if we can see, like you'll see a little bit of what we have here. You can see in the back the yellow and the oranges.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so interesting to see his process, because that everyone is like, oh, Mark never does these colors, and no, the thing is like all these colors are always in the back of the painting.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Mark's paintings alive. When you see like the little orange or yellow behind those blues are the ones that pop.
Yeah, and it's a little sad, because there's pieces of this painting as it is that will never be seen again. And like I said, most of the time people won't ever see it. But this time we're exposing it, the process of it, so you can. But yeah, I think we sort of talked about it last time. I try to keep the little moments. I can tell you this little piece right here really excites me. It almost look like sunspots. And I might make an effort to, when I bring on the next layers, to leave that exposed. Like I said, this little, what looks like the sun is going down here. But they may not last, depending on how the painting progresses. They may be, I may move the horizon line. I might have to move the horizon line down. So this will then not be. So I don't know, it's sort of, that's sort of the fun part, I think, maybe hopefully for you guys, is watching along how it changes. It's not like watching Bob Ross where you're like, oh, okay, there's a little mountain coming, and here's like a little, whatever, fluffy cloud. It's more, built up in shapes and colors and textures until I'm happy with a mostly neutral field that I can paint on.
Yeah, I feel that it's all about like light and dark.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
It's all about like the feeling of the shadows and the light, and it's like this. This is so beautiful.
There's a luminous too when
Yeah.
you've painted a color like this on top of a white, you know, a freshly gessoed panel. There's a luminous that is hard to get back. I mean, not hard, but for me, leaving some of this exposed, you'll see how luminous this is compared to the mixed colors I do. I know just in general, because it's acrylic, things are drying duller and darker than the paint you mix, unlike oil paint, which the color stays true when it dries. Oil paint gets a little duller and a little darker, but at the end, you'll see the part of the process, for the end varnish, I use gloss these days because that brings the color back, pops it back out. And then some of this stuff that maybe got a little dull in the process, these little hits that you'll see that, well, we'll see what survives, but they'll really pop out, you know, little bits of orange or yellow or red.
Have you been having comments of people that come in and look at the painting that it's right now it's super different from all of the rest of the paintings?
Yeah.
Right now it looks like completely different colors and everything. Do you have?
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy that came in today, actually just this morning, and he's a painter, as it turns out. And it was because it's on the wall here. It's for anyone coming in the gallery. It looks like, you know, a finished piece, and it totally could be. It was his favorite piece in the gallery, so it happens. And
Make him bid.
I mean, that's what I said. That we have this on the window, the adventure in art. So, but yeah, the other thing is that sometimes, if it wasn't for this was a special piece for the Palapa, I'll have half-finished pieces that people will come in and want to buy. Yeah. And most of the time I'll say, okay, if you like this, if this speaks to you, then you can call it finished. For me, it's not finished, but for you, you can have it. Yeah.
And when that happens and they take the painting, are you like, I feel like a little bit like something inside of you that's like, oh, it wasn't finished. I wanted to give some other brushes, or you just let it go?
I do that. Yeah. But I mean, I do that even when I feel it's finished and I'm not quite ready to let it go. And most pieces aren't quite finished for me.
Okay.
It's usually having to put them on the wall for a show, or having a client coming in that forces me to call it finished.
Are those like sometimes maybe Jesse, the one that Mark leave it, or?
Yeah, or other artists come in and say, don't touch this, this is great. Yeah. And then I have to think about that a bit. Sometimes it stops me in my tracks. And there's other pieces. I have one back there that's been a year. It's a big one, 7 by 4 feet, but it's been a year that I finished other ones like that in 6 weeks, you know. Yeah. This one I can't, and I've had it on the wall and people have wanted to buy it, and I can't let it go until it's truly finished. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it depends on the piece.
So you see, we're getting very intimate with Mark. Thank you for sharing all these little things, like your life and your art. Mm-hmm. And today when we were showing the painting, someone was saying like, oh, I see a house, I see this, I see that. And that's the beauty about abstract, no?
Right.
I know it's not going to be abstract, but that's the beauty, no? Everyone was like, no, but okay, he did something, there's a house. Yeah. Or like, no. But you can see whatever you want to see, you know? So everyone looks at this, and then you're going to see how it changes, and it's going to be an adventure, totally an adventure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's my favorite thing about being an artist and having people interested in what I'm doing, whether it's painting or a song. I think interpretation is my favorite thing. In fact, I usually don't, unless it's really obvious what it is, I'm not going to explain it for people, because it's really important that they bring their experience to it and make it their own, especially if they're going to have it in their house forever. Yeah. And I don't want to influence or pollute their mind with what I think it is. Yeah. But there could be houses in there.
There was. I mean, right now I don't see it, but it was like one stage before this
Right.
one, and you. At the end, we all were like, "What? Yeah, kind of looks like that." You know? Okay, so do you know right now what's the next step? Like, okay, don't tell us, but do you know?
I do
or-
know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I do know. I'm definitely done with the washes. You can see already this pinky salmon color, which I normally hate salmon, but I kind of quite liked. It was the first bridge into getting the pink getting a little thicker, so that the next layer will be quite different actually, and most of this will be gone.
Okay.
Most of this color will be gone. Yeah.
Well, stay tuned because it's gonna get very interesting. We're gonna see what the next facet. Do you say facet? Facet of Mark's painting. Thank you so much again for
Oh my God.
sharing your time with us. We know you're super busy, and please come and visit Galeria Militar. You're gonna see how this painting is going. You're gonna see all Mark's work. You're gonna see Krista Assad's work that is flying, like they're flying. So come and see before they all the paintings go to their new homes. And remember, this is for the Palapa school. This is an auction. Please bid, please donate. We are what we are because of your support, and we're always grateful. And please, if you cannot donate, you can support by sharing with your friends, talking about it, donate whatever amount it is, and just like our YouTube channel. That would be a huge, huge help. And again, thank you so much, Mark.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so remember our last show is at April 3rd, but the last beat is gonna be April 2nd. So if you want to bid, you have until April 2nd, and then April 3rd we're gonna announce the winner, and we're gonna have a very special live show with Mark playing and a little bit more of the interview, and well, we're gonna do everything so it's fun. Thank you.